One of the beauties of traveling is, in the United States or wherever you grow up, really, you're conditioned to believe that because of your background and experiences, that your normal is everyone else's normal. It's like asking a fish to talk about water. All it knows is water, so it doesn't really know anything outside of water. And culture's the same way. We're conditioned to just believe and not question the circumstances in which we were born into. And it takes rubbing up against people who don't share your normal, or traveling where you meet a lot of people who don't share your normal, and going to different places where the water's different, or it might not even be water. The idea is you meet people who open your mind and give you an awareness that your cultural universe is not culturally universal. And so here in Strasbourg, you've heard about it, I've heard about it. You see videos and pictures on Instagram and social media about like the beautiful Christmas markets. And you get here and it's so much more beautiful than even the pictures and the videos. But just the vibe is different, man. Like you travel to open your mind. Like no money is wasted whenever you travel. We spend money on stuff that we care about. We spend money on stuff we value. We spend money on clothes and shoes. We spend money on cars. We spend money on like all kind of stuff, whatever your thing is. If you budgeted some of that money, man, you could travel more. You could go to different places and open your mind. Like things fade, but the experiences and the memories you get from your travels will just live on, man, and in your mind forever. And you don't even have to travel outside of the country. You could travel within your state. You could go to state parks. Before we traveled internationally, my wife and I put the kids in the minivan and put the kids in the RV, and man, we went to local spots. We went to places around the states and stayed at campgrounds and stayed at like affordable hotels and stayed at like residence inns and Homewood suites where you could get like 2 or 3 bedrooms. And man, it was amazing. But you don't have to spend a lot of money to just go somewhere. It makes you feel alive, at least for me it does. It makes me feel like my hard work is worth it because I'm able to see new things and try new things and expose my children to new things. I can't recommend it enough that you push yourself out of your comfort zone. You try new things. And I know it's scary for some folks. It's a lot of black folks scared to travel. A lot of women are afraid to travel, and I get it. There's some places I wouldn't recommend you travel as a woman by yourself, but you could travel in groups, you could travel with some friends, but just push yourself. Sometimes we go through life waiting and hoping someone will travel with us. They don't save up their money or nothing, man, and you end up waiting and never going. Go. And if you got a wife and kids, you got a husband, push your husband. If he's a homebody, man, push him. Get him out the house. Or the vice versa, man. If your wife is scary, man, push her. You guys push each other out of your comfort zone and try something new. Shake things up, man. Don't be a what-if person. Don't get to the end of your life talking about, man, I wish I would have traveled more. I wish I would have tried more. I wish I would have took more trips. I wish I would have invested in myself. Stuff like that. Like, nah, man, take some risks on you. Can't recommend enough that you get out the house, try something new. Jump in the car, just go somewhere. Get online, book you a hotel room for 3 days for that long weekend. Just go try something else. Try something new. Some places I highly recommend. I can't recommend enough that you go to like New York, New Orleans. If you like outdoors, Montana, Glacier National Park is incredible. State parks all over the country. National parks all over the country. We love the Gulf Coast, Florida, Destin, Pensacola, Naples, Fort Myers, Sanibel Island, Key West. To get down there if you can. West Palm Beach is very, very nice. Of course, the Bay Area is really nice. It's expensive, and I know like Oakland and San Francisco, they're dealing with some crime right now. But Emeryville, Berkeley, that's one of our favorites. That's where me and Alice and I met. Southern California, all over the place, really expensive. Hawaii, certain parts of Texas, really cool. Down in the valley, man, they got like the best Mexican food, I think, in the country. Chicago, you can't lose with Chicago. You know what? The Northeast is really nice. Massachusetts, Cape Cod, New Bedford, really nice. I was just up there recently. Virginia's beautiful. North Carolina, the coastal Carolinas, really nice. Columbia, South Carolina's really nice. Just in the States, check these places out. If you're looking at like going to Europe for the first time, I think Portugal is an easy place to visit. Like, it's just a good transition because it's not so foreign. Paris is nice. You probably sense some hesitation with Portugal. I personally I like the architecture, but in several places I felt like it was very racist. Spain is easy to go to. I like Barcelona more than Madrid. Madrid, I didn't feel like they were very welcoming, and I felt a lot of racism there. My children did too. Barcelona felt much better, but Paris was amazing. Italy is awesome. One of our favorite places in the world. We didn't experience much racism there, and the history and the architecture is so wonderful. I can go to Italy again and again. The French Riviera is magical. The Amalfi Coast in Italy. If you really want some of my favorites, the Serengeti in Tanzania was magical. Ghana, if you're African American, you got to get to Ghana. I hope you go experience the Cape Coast Castle, Elmina Castle, go to Accra, and just see the beauty of the culture and the people there. My family and I, it's one of our favorite places. They treated us like family, and it felt like home in a lot of ways. Want to go back there. Kenya was awesome. Uganda, gorilla tracking in Uganda in the Bwindi Impenetrable Forest. One of the best things we've ever done. In Zanzibar, going to swimming with dolphins in Zanzibar, seeing Old Town in Zanzibar was awesome. Cape Town, South Africa. It's a very beautiful place and just a nice vibe. It's a lot more mixed people in South Africa. Beautiful mixed people, man. like they have an interesting history. Getting to see Robben Island, where Nelson Mandela was locked up, was very inspirational for me. Rwanda, seeing the genocide memorial and seeing just what hate does to people, that was life-changing for us. Egypt, if I would go to Cairo one time to see the pyramids, and then I'd go to Luxor immediately and Aswan to see the rest of Egypt. Cairo is just so crowded, and people will try to just hit you up for tips for any little thing, push the elevator button, any little thing, and that I didn't enjoy that. But to see the pyramids, to see the Sphinx, awesome. But then I'd leave Cairo quickly as possible, and I wouldn't go to Cairo as a woman by myself. I know some have done it. The men are a little too aggressive. Santorini is beautiful to visit, and the people were cool, friendly. Athens for history, sure. I don't know if Greek folks really like black people, especially in Athens. Every time I go to Athens, I find myself on edge and feeling disrespected and stuff like that. Look at this view though. Look at that. Get out your comfort zone and travel. See the world, man. It's big, it's beautiful, and it's awesome. All right, like, subscribe, look around, and I'll check in soon, man. I'm your boy, I'm your friend, Dr. Manny Scott.